talk.
I mean, hello.
Keep talking.
Hello. I'm here. Kind of. Sounds wonderful. Kind of. Hi. I'm not going to start singing if that's what you want. However, thank you. I was wondering what that sound was. Like, if you hear something like for so long, it becomes like part of your brain. But it does feel like a bit humid in here. But like, when did Texas become like Florida? I don't know. It's been rough in these streets. Are you ready to go? We're live. Hello. I was just like talking to you because like it's just that easy, to hang out. But hello everyone, Barbie Quinn here, your favorite Barbie, here to talk about my favorite. Finally, I got to pick the topic, which never happens. So I'm very excited to talk about one of my favorite, what do they call them? Like Bravo celebrities, Bravo celebrities. Yes, Bravo celebrities. You're like, I don't know. But yes, Tom Sandoval from Vanderpump Rules is in town. What? I told you I was going to talk about this.
Oh, yeah, do your thing. It's just boring, but go ahead.
How is Tom Sandoval boring?
Go ahead, make it interesting.
I mean, it's very interesting. He literally, on TV for all of us to see, like had an affair with his long-term partner's best friend. I mean, he's like one of the most hated, I would say, celebrities like from reality TV show, like maybe ever. I mean,
I don't know about ever.
I mean, he got so much hate for this. And like, he still does. Like, he was like beyond the point of being canceled. He was like probably getting like daily death threats, I would think. He may still be. But like, here's my issue though, is because yes, he did a bad thing. But like, don't we all, like, why is he, like,
what
everybody
did he do
cheats.
exactly? Because I still fully don't understand exactly what
okay,
he did.
They've been on this show now for like 10 seasons. It's a pretty long-standing reality TV show. And let's face it, like, Bravo gets a lot of attention. I know I'm going to sound like a basic white girl right now, but I love my Bravo, and a lot of people do. So, like, when something big happens within that community, it can go crazy. You love K-pop. It's, like, probably the same thing. So, like, we watched him and Ariana grow as a couple for years. And then she becomes best friends with this other girl who's like James's ex-fiance. So it's like very much like a family. And behind the scenes, Tom is really having sex with Rachel is what they call her now.
So he was just cheating on her.
Cheating on her, but like with like another member of the group, like that was her best friend. So like, or one of her best friends, not her best friend, but like one of her best friends. So like, I would say like more of like betrayal, not just like cheating. It's like a betrayal of like all the friends. And so Ariana basically has gotten everyone to hate him, and it's like getting a little carried away. Like the hatred is insane. Like he really loved this girl, or thought he did. Like we all have like, a life crisis where we don't know who we are, what we're doing. You know what I mean? I don't know why his cheating got so much more hate. And like, let's face it, like Ariana's too old to have a best friend that age. Like, what is she like doing hanging out with this like young child girl? Like what is this about?
What's the age difference?
I don't know. I would probably have to say like 23 to 40. Like they're not in the same, like, you know what I mean? How is that truly like one of your best friends? Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like, I mean, sure, it wasn't cool. It definitely was not cool. I am not saying it was cool of Rachel to do that. But I also wouldn't be like, oh my God, betrayed by like my best friend. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if anything, I feel like James is the one that deserves more of an apology. We've made it all about Ariana, but James was actually engaged to Raquel. And James, what really was best friends with Tom Sandoval. Like, really was. Like, so like, why is nobody like giving James any credit for handling this extremely well? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why does Ariana get all of like everything? And she's gotten so many jobs from this too. It's like, she was on Broadway, jobs. She was on Dancing with the Stars. I mean, I don't even know. She probably has her own like clothing line with Kohl's now. I don't know. But like, it's just like.
So you support Tom Sandoval?
I don't condone what he did, but like nobody deserves this much hatred. And let's face it, we have roll the tapes, like living proof that she was like icy cold, like barely had sex with him, never wanted to marry him.
But you gotta break up with that person.
Right,
but I'm sure
she
he
strung,
wants to
but
stay
he
with
was
her
in
for
love
the
with her,
show.
and so like, she strung him along, I think, and like then she wonders why, like, you know, he tried to find love and comfort in somebody else, or maybe like didn't try necessarily, but found it. You know, it's like, who wants to live with that kind of neglect? So like,
you gotta leave. You gotta understand what you're dealing with and leave.
Yeah, but that could
especially
be,
when
that
you're
could
a
be said
dog
about,
and he's 40.
That could be said about like both of them.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so it's like, why are we hating on him so hard?
Because she didn't cheat. She stuck it out.
I suppose, but like just becoming asexual isn't cool either.
Real quick, somebody in the chat said she looked like a freak.
Who, me?
No, the person behind you. Yeah, you.
I wasn't sure if you meant Ariana.
No, yeah.
I look like a freak? How so? In what way? I mean, freakishly awesome.
Oh, like a freak in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am. But I mean, like with my boyfriend. So
yeah,
being a freak in the bedroom doesn't necessarily equate to having multiple partners. Just saying.
No,
not that there's anything wrong with if you do have multiple partners.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
Tom Sandoval.
Well, to be fair, he probably was only having sex with one person at that time, and it wasn't Ariana because she probably wasn't putting out. And that's really the underlying lesson to be learned, is not that Tom Sandoval is an asshole. The underlying lesson is, if you're not having sex with your partner, like, something is wrong. And like, you need to like own that piece of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't want to have sex with my man, this is not going anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? This is a bad sign.
It's a non-starter.
Yeah. Like, I'm a pretty sexual person. That's a large component. So like, if my partner were to take that away, like, I'd be like, no way.
Well, I mean, that's a huge part of relationships. It's like any other part, you know what I mean? People have needs. So if
that's what I'm saying.
You're not handling those needs, then they're going to get it from other places. I mean, it's just,
so I mean,
common
like,
sense.
And but here's the thing too, is that he doesn't even say like that's like what like drove him. Like, he really thought that he was in love with this girl. So it's like, he's actually like,
we all think that.
You know what I mean? But we all, that's what I'm saying. We all have that moment where we mistakenly think we're in love with somebody. But like at that moment in time, like, we believe it and we act on it.
Blinded.
Yes. And like, that's what he did. And he has like said that that's what he did. Like, he's a human being. I think that we need to get Ariana off of this pedestal finally, once and for all, because I'm actually sick of hearing about her at this point. Like, my neutrality with her is now turned to like almost distaste, is like kind of where I'm at with her. And I think that we need to recognize that everyone's been a little too harsh on Tom, and let's just like put this to bed and let this poor man live his life and like support him for the good things that he does as well. Do you know what I mean? So save Sandoval, everyone. That's the team I'm on. That's the message to send. And make sure you are sexually fulfilling your man.
So he has a show tonight.
Clearly that's a lesson.
Yeah, and you're thinking about going to it.
I was, yeah. So, I mean, he's like 20 minutes from where I'm sitting right now.
Yeah.
So I figured, why not? Maybe, like, let me see for myself, like, how extra Tom Sandoval and the extras are, you know? Because I'm pretty extra. So I feel like we would vibe. Plus, like, I totally get where he's coming from, you know? Being the person, like, on the end of hatred sometimes. But, you know, we strive on.
He kind of causes for himself, though.
Yeah, but people say that about me too, and it's not true. Like, I don't want any trouble, everyone.
I think nobody wants any trouble, but your actions, especially when you're in the, you know, in this media world, you got to understand people are going to react to, you know, what you do. You know what I mean? If he was not on the show and he was cheating, you know, who cares? You know what I mean? But
right.
Be on the show and then you cheat, you know you're going to get backlash from it.
Of course. But, like, there is such thing as, like, taking it too far. You know what I mean? Just, like, I mean, these people, do they have, like, nothing better to do than just, like, sling hatred on, like, you know, Instagram comments? It's like, yeah. So it's like, why would we listen to them anyway? Don't give them the power. You know what I mean? Like some words are meant to be left unsaid. Plus, like, they're not even like all human. They're probably just like AI bots, just like programmed to like do something.
Nah, they're human. They're human. So are you gonna go or nah?
I don't know. Do you think I should go? Should I go? Does he want to meet me? At this point, I may have more like less haters than him.
Oh yeah, so he got more haters. Especially looking at his comments, like they're all just negative. Like
I know. See, that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. And like, also, I feel like I need to pave the way for people that want to side with him and are too scared to side with him, because that's not cool either. We should all be allowed and entitled to our own opinion. I don't have any dislike for people that dislike him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's all just be cool. And yeah, I would love to go to his show. That's where I'm at. Who wants to come with me? Do you want to come with me?
I'm not trying to go see no Tom Sandoval.
Let's support Tom Sandoval.
I wish I would have known before. We would have tried to make some connections and, you know, and do it that way. But going as a general admission is like, I ain't did that like in a long
standing
time.
On the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting
standing
in
up the whole
line,
time.
sweating.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Like,
I don't wait in lines though, typically.
What you gonna do to get in? Flash somebody?
I'll do anything and everything. Like, you can use like a diversion technique. You can just like walk in like you are supposed to be there, like work there. There's lots of things I've tried. I told you, did I tell you this? At the Texas Eclipse Festival, that was like, God bless, like such a crazy experience. But like the land was so huge, and I wanted my Jeep with me because like I can't be like feeling like I'm isolated in the middle of nowhere, like with nowhere to go and like no vehicle. So I was like, screw this. Like, they weren't letting vehicles in, and I just like took one of like the signs and then like went home and like photocopied it with like certain words blacked out so that it said like full pass, like can drive on, like and just like reprinted copies and put it in my windshield. And I was like, see ya. I'll see you at my glamping tent. Like, I'm out of here, and my Jeep's coming with me. And just so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's always a way.
Yeah, if there's a will, there's a way.
There's always a way. Just like when we finished our setup and they tried to tell us that there were no tents left, and we were sitting on our suitcases in a pile of like dirt and rubble. I was like, no, you don't take the first answer if it's not acceptable to you. And so, you know, within an hour, we were in all of our glamping tents, because you never give up. You know, if I had just listened to that one person, I would have been like, you know, sleeping on the ground on my suitcase. But Barbie wants, Barbie gets, no, within reason.
Do your thing.
But, you know what I mean?
Fight
for my rights.
How do you feel about this is kind of going viral. Shaq, I guess his girlfriend is like young. He's 55. I think she's like 21 or something.
Oh my God, I'm about to blow your mind right now.
But people are calling him a pedo.
Oh. I was like, what? How old is he?
55.
I mean, who really cares? Like, honestly, like, yes, is she a little young? Yes. But like, at least she's legal to drink and like go out to the club with him. I feel like at that level, it's everybody's each to their own. You know what I mean? Plus it's Shaq. Like, like at the end of the day, who's gonna say no to that man? Probably no one. Like, let's face it, people are just jealous if they have anything to say about it.
Yeah.
But
I think it's a lot of
I gotta show you something.
Older women who are, you know,
who are like, oh, yeah, the young girls are snatching up the.
Well, no, just hating on him, calling him a pedo and all this stuff.
That's ridiculous. Okay, here, take this. Take my phone. That's absolutely ridiculous. And if anything, it's insulting to people that really were violated by pedos, as you say.
Told me about
I was just saying, isn't that funny? Funny picture. That's funny. You should say.
Yeah, y'all cousins.
No, we're not cousins. I don't think that it works that way. But
I know, but yeah, you told me about your Shaq.
Yes.
So how do you feel about him dating the younger?
I'm totally fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. In fact, I'm not shocked by it. You know, I'm sure there's like a lot of other athletes that are doing the same thing. Plus, my boyfriend's 52, and I'm like practically 21.
Yeah, you're only 23, so it's like the same thing.
So it's like the same thing. So like, how could I not support, You know, I love men in their 50s. I think it's like when men finally hit their prime.
In their 50s.
Mm-hmm. I know you have a little bit to go, but you already act like you're in your 50s, so maybe that'll give you like an extra boost.
I think guys hit their prime like 45. Well, yeah, I guess you say around late 40s, 50s is kind of.
Yeah, I mean, like, sure.
I
agree.
What you think about Alexa Nicole's hiatus? Because she still hasn't posted. She still hasn't, done nothing for, a while. She was just consistent,
We know.
But do you think she's just taking a mental break, or is it just that
it's
run is over?
It's probably because she listened to my show and realized what an asshole she was being, and probably agreed with me upon some self-reflection that she needed to tone it down and that I was sick of hearing her voice. So I think that's probably what happened.
I just think it's random because she didn't say like, hey guys, I'm going on a break or nothing. She just, maybe disappeared.
Yeah. Maybe somebody took her out. Maybe she's like floating in a river somewhere.
I just think all that energy, because there's other people who do it, like, you know what I mean, who expose, the Hollywood or whatever, but I just think the way she was going about it was just kind of.
You're agreeing with me, then.
Yeah, well, I mean.
Wow, this is like a monumental day. I got to pick the first topic, and you're agreeing with me.
Well, I mean, I was watching her content, and I enjoy, but just the way she was going about it.
Watch that back to back. I mean, like, I'll like kill myself with that. Like, enough with you.
You think R. Kelly should be free?
You're such an asshole.
That's what somebody in the chat said. Shout out WTF boy.
Do I think R. Kelly should be free? What was his punishment? Anything?
Pissing on girls?
No, what was the punishment that he received or none yet?
Man, I think like 30 years.
Okay. Do I think he should be set free before that?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Probably 55 too.
I mean, I'd say like 30 years is probably fair. Maybe like maybe if he's like really, really good behavior, like 25 years. Because like at the end of the day, like even though the girls were young, they consented, right? Like, and weren't they like just 17, not like 4?
Yeah.
Like there's like things going on where like actual like babies are getting like raped. So like at the end of the day, I'm like, not to like have to rank severity, but like we have to rank severity, because what's that one producer dude that like literally admitted to having a sex addiction to young children, and he was like let go like after like a couple months or something crazy.
Remember Nickelodeon?
Yes, like the one we talked about here. Like
the one
he had the support
Drake Bell guy,
and he was like,
I can't think of his name.
He was only in like prison for like a year. So like at the end of the day, like maybe R. Kelly should get less time.
Yeah,
this is like we're going a little backwards here.
Harvey Weinstein.
Plus, he just pissed on her, right? I mean,
it was having sex too. I mean,
right, but like,
and they say he like kidnapped a girl or whatever, but she ain't, never say that. But Harvey Weinstein case just got overturned.
What? Like right now, or like recently?
Recently.
Well, I don't think I should speak to that one.
Why not?
Because I'm gonna get like so much hatred, and I don't love hatred. So if everyone's willing to like have this conversation and lead with kindness, I will say. Not in every case, because I definitely don't know all of the instances or the claims made against him. But if we're just talking like, if I were to break it down and remove the emotion from it, we were trying to like convict this guy for how long? Like, what was his original punishment? Like forever, basically, right?
Yeah.
Because he used his position of power, and it's like, did these actresses or whomever like really not think they'd ever have to do that in real life? Like there are like accountants that do that to like get to the next like level. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just like, there's like, again, not to rank severity, but like, and like also like that happens. Like, it's just a fact of life. I'm not saying I agree with it. I condone it. I enjoy it when it happens to me. It's just a fact. It's a fact of life that women go into male-dominated situations knowing that that's a possibility. You know what I mean?
And
like,
I
it's
think a
possibility.
big thing is like, if I did all of this work, you know what I mean? Because I'm working this in. But hold on, let me finish. Because like, I'm just put myself in Weinstein's position. Like, I got one of the most successful production companies. I'm the one who built this, who did all this work, struggled, whatever, to get here, and I could just give you a role and instantly make you a star, make you rich, and blah blah blah. Sure, yeah, I'm gonna receive some money for that, but why would I just go out of my way just to make you, when you haven't done nothing? So at least let me hit those, so I can feel comfortable about like, oh hey, yeah. I'm saying that's cool. That's
right. It's like paying the fee.
Yeah. It's like, or you could be like, no, I'm gonna give it to my sister. I'm gonna give the spot to my friend's daughter, or really close down the industry. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, at what cost would you want to just smash somebody to be? Because people are over here, you smashing this broke dude who can't do nothing for you. Why not, give it up to Harvey Weinstein?
I mean,
and go into it with that kind of mind frame. I'm not saying this is right or whatever.
Well, I did say that. Like,
I'm trying to put myself in.
I think we definitely need to be more prepared for those situations if you're going to be in an industry like the entertainment industry, like these non-traditional corporate settings where like all eyes are on you all the time to make sure everyone's behaving. If you're going to live and operate in the entertainment industry, you, at least back then, should have been knowledgeable enough and just self-aware enough to know that that's going to be a possibility if you want to stand out, get that attention, get that recognition if you are starting from the bottom. Yeah. Like, sometimes you just got to put in the work, ladies. Like, you want to be a star? Like, suck a dick once and then move along the way. Like, you know what I mean? If the only thing stopping me from being able to reach more people and spread my mission, if the only thing that stood between me and my goals was a blowjob or a one-night stand, like, I'd be like, sign me up, because it's worth it if you're playing the long game, and the long game is to like get where you want to go. This is not going to be a forever thing. He's probably got 80 more girls right outside the door right now. This is a one and done, and then move on. Forget about it. Take a pill beforehand. I don't know. Like, get drunk. And like you said, I'm sure you've all fucked a guy worse than that.
Exactly.
Not successful, treated you horribly, was a narcissist, potentially physically abused you. So at the end of the day, I don't know. I would do it.
I mean, that's not the the way to go about it, but
no. Again, I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying, like,
because Hollywood is a different industry. This is not working at Walmart. Like, if the Walmart manager telling you, hey, it's like, hold up, man, this is fucking Walmart.
Also, I think we also have to recognize that things are changing year to year so freaking drastically. So like when he supposedly did all these things, I mean, we were operating in a time where like there was a lot of rights or positions that women couldn't have. Like, so it's like almost every single woman that's ever been wronged kind of coming out now and being like, that wasn't fair, that we couldn't vote that long ago. Like, who are we going to prosecute about that right now? Like, it was the Times. He's not the only one. He's not the only one that like did that. Like, let's just all progress as a society instead of being so focused on taking individual people down. Like, again, it's like, because people are leading with hatred instead of trying to fix things together and like improve as a society. So I actually think that they lose credibility with me, at least. They lose credibility with me, and that's what happened with the Alexa girl. It's like, if you're going to keep barking at me like this lady, you're going to lose my the credibility you have with me and my respect, and you're annoying. But God bless, because I lead with kindness. I do.
I think that's crazy that they still overturn the Harvey Weinstein stuff.
But
I mean, there's
really
probably there was girls, who had stories talking about that. I don't think nobody's said that like, oh, he raped me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't think so either. And please, someone correct me if I'm wrong. But my response is I'm operating under like the thought process that that no one came out saying like, again, maybe they felt compelled to, which is not cool, but like that he like forcefully,
Yeah.
like the way like an intruder would or something, you know, like physically not giving you a choice, not just like making you feel uncomfortable and implying that you don't have a choice.
Yeah, they probably just, went through with it.
Because there is I think a very important distinction, again, not to like rank severity, but to rank severity. There's, for me, a much more disturbing trauma associated with an intruder coming in, like maybe like blindfolding you and raping you, than, your movie producer, like maybe making a pass at you or like smacking your ass.
Yeah, because I think the biggest
are you kidding me right now?
incident was when this girl like went to his hotel at like all like 2-3 in the morning. You know what I mean? And he you know what I mean? So it's like, why are you going to this guy's hotel at 2 and 3 in the morning? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like
not blaming her,
good.
but you got to be smarter. You know what I mean?
Like nothing good happens at that hour.
Yeah.
And again, it's not that I condone it. I'm smart enough to acknowledge the reality of the situation. And I'm not just going to like live in denial because I think that that's how we all should be living. I'm going to recognize the situation. I'm going to prepare for it mentally, physically, and I make a conscious decision when I get there. Like it's like, come on, ladies, like, come on, women everywhere. Let's not play the damsel in distress card. Let's learn from our mistakes and move on and apply the knowledge that we've gained instead of worrying about making it like a witch hunt or like a complete like prosecution of someone. Now, if someone's really like molesting little children, absolutely take him down physically, lock him up. But it's like these other cases where there is a true possibility that Harvey Weinstein or someone like him or in his position truly didn't fully understand what they were doing wrong because it was so well accepted by society at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not like the same as like plotting out someone's murder or like, it's the intent behind it. Again, not great, but like it's the mental like intent behind it can be compared to like a bully at school, like, trying to be cool or, you know what I mean? Like maybe beating up a little kid because they want to fit in because they have severe like insecurities. Do you know what I mean? Like it could be like an adult version of that. Just like, hey, like this is what's happening. Like I have to be cool. This is what society wants me to do. I feel peer pressured. You know what I mean? Because we don't know what comes with that kind of power behind that kind of position. It's very easy to get like sucked into some sort of like mind game of what you think you need to do, how you think you need to act. Like who's to say that he wasn't going through that? I don't know. I don't know.
I think everybody in those kind of positions do get a little power hungry. Like I worked at this job a while ago, a long time ago, and the manager was obsessed with me. Like she one night she sent me a video of her playing with her vagina, and mind you, this girl was like a big girl. I was not attracted. She a pretty girl, but I'm just not attracted to big girls. You know what I'm saying?
Well, at least you're being honest.
Yeah. So she sent me a video of her playing with her, vagina, and I was just like, of course I didn't respond to it or nothing. Eventually she got fired, and then she was trying to get me to go with her to her, her new spot where she was a manager. And then so I ignored her, and then one day she like pulled up to the
oh my god,
I was like, oh my, and pulled up crying and just you know what I mean? Like I'm like,
no, I
wow.
don't know what you mean. I've never done that in my life.
Well, of course, yeah, but no, this is what happened. She pulled up tripping, why am I ignoring her? And granted, I never gave her that type of energy, like I'm, with the stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
you're saying that you feel a bit harassed?
No, no, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that she felt like she had that power to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine when you're a millionaire and you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't. Basically, like what we should be saying is like, don't use your powers for bad. Now, do you see how bad that was? Everyone because like, who's to say that he's like people that knew that it was going on and just like were like either gave him a pat on the back or joined in or just
I'm pretty sure a lot of girls did join in and
like you know what I mean? Who's to say that they're not as responsible for being a enabler? You know, like,
Yeah.
what, again, like, if we try to continue to just make it a witch hunt, we are going to spin our wheels. We're not going to get anywhere. The only time somebody should, you know, we need to, like, invest time in really taking them down is if they need to be stopped from, like, physically hurting people or, like, causing, like, mass chaos. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be a bunch of rich people fighting over who became a celebrity faster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, get over yourselves. Let's talk about, like, all the people dying, like, in other parts of the world, like, as we speak.
Yeah.
Like,
well, Dan
next
Snyder.
topic.
Dan Snyder has launched a lawsuit against the people who made that documentary. Basically portraying him as a pedo, because he said people who don't really know, you know, his history of his work, if they saw that for the first time, they're gonna think that he's a pedo and all this stuff. So he's like, you know, I'm not, because he's never been charged with touching any kids. So he's suing them for defamation.
Because they used the word pedophile, or because they were
Well,
just
no,
like,
they didn't use the word, but they painted it as he. You know, what
I don't
I'm
think
saying?
he has much of a case there. I think people.
You don't think so?
No, dude, don't even. Whatever behavior you were doing, even if you didn't, like, go all the way, whatever behavior you were doing was questionable enough to face, like, child molestation charges.
Yeah.
You're not doing nothing and getting, you know, really having to
Canceled,
battle
like,
for your
yeah.
innocence in that scenario if you were just, like, totally cool, man. So it's like, I don't know, don't do whatever crime you did, you know, if you don't want to have to face the public on it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, it's almost like, let's bring it back to Harvey Weinstein or whatever for just, like, 1 minute. What is his name? Harvey, whatever. It's like when all the cameras turned on him, like, I feel like he didn't, like, defend himself, like, oh, it's totally cool what I did, from what I remember, but whatever. And I'm not saying that he should have done that. What I'm saying is, like, he at least held his own. He, like, confronted everything, like, face on, I think. You know, he put up whatever fight he wanted to put up, but it didn't feel like, oh, like, I'm trying to get away, like, you know, like kind of just like slimy, like, in the sense of, like, I don't even have respect for myself, like, to acknowledge the situation.
Yeah.
Like that guy, like, what's his name? Dan Schneider. It's just like, he just feels like you're not a man. You're not, like, a real man to me. So, like, I kind of almost just, like, don't really care what you say anyway. Whereas, like, I don't know. I just think that for whatever reason, the energy that him and, like, Weinstein are putting out are different to me. Maybe I can't totally put my finger on it, but they're different to me. Probably the aspect of, like, the age of the victims or the alleged victims.
Yeah.
You know, it's like any time that we are even having to talk about young children, you know, being in a inappropriate sexual situation, like, that's already a horrible time in our lives, in society, a horrible time in news. Like, it, you know, it's just like, we shouldn't even be talking about it because everyone should be operating in a society where it's, like, so far from happening that, you know, then maybe, you know, we can worry about the pretty princess not getting the role she wanted and suing Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Then I'll give them my attention. Right now, it's like we're trying to, like, limit the amount of, like, children being fondled on set. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Next topic. Well, Sexy Red, she was in the hospital the other day. She said she's there trying to figure out why her coochie stinks.
I don't think you need to go to the hospital for that per se. I think, well, I can tell you right now a few tips and tricks if anybody wants them. First of all, she should know better because, like, she's in a position of knowledge. Like, I would have, like, a personal assistant getting me the things that I needed, which are vaginal probiotics. It's just a little vitamin that you can take every day, and it makes your hoo-ha smell perfect all of the time because it just balances out your pH levels.
Yeah.
So look it up, ladies. It's fabulous. And I would say, obviously, like, you know, showering regularly. Let's assume she's doing all of that.
Yeah.
I got laser hair removal down there, and while it was, like, not like the most pleasant experience. I will say just like not having to deal with like any hair, like automatically keeps it just fresher. You know, I don't have to go in and shave. I don't have to worry about like, you know, little hairs poking through, especially in this like hot Texas weather. Let's face it, you know, it's like now that it's just like bare and clean, that's another, if you can afford laser hair removal, I highly suggest start there. I know everyone thinks they want to do like under their arm and everything. Don't do the full Brazilian all the way to your asshole and thank me later.
Start there.
So
I kind of experienced that recently.
Did you? What? How so?
Not me getting
more.
laser hair removal, but
Oh.
a girl's thing, you know, stinking from
Oh.
I don't know, for a
The
pH
unpleasant side of
balance
this.
or, you know, whatever was going on, but
She could also have a bacterial infection.
oh gosh.
I heard that, you know, that makes it smell for a period of time. So she like just
Yeah.
needs to take medicine and then it goes away. So there's hope is what I'm saying. You know, if you think that you're like hoo-ha smells, don't give up there. There are steps that you can take.
But what about like, from my instance, like the girl, like, you know, the stuff was stinking and like, I'm like, you know, she wanted me to go down.
Yeah,
and I'm
you
just
sit
like,
down.
what the, like, why would you even have the nerve?
Maybe she's,
Like, you don't smell this? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
maybe she's not.
No, she's not
aware. No, she's not self-aware. Maybe you need to delicately tell her.
no, you think I'm ever talking to this girl again?
I think then text her.
No, I
give
went
her the gift
MIA.
of knowledge. Give her the gift of knowledge. Because what if she doesn't know?
Her nostrils work.
Sometimes
Come
you-
on.
Okay, if that's true, then there are definitely some gentlemen that need to wash their balls more.
No, oh
as
yeah,
well.
of course. It goes both ways.
It
you
does
know
go
what I
both
mean?
ways. Yes, I would rank hygiene very high up in qualities I look for in a partner.
I
Let me
think that
just
should
say.
be number one. You know what I
But
mean? Because
yes.
if you can't get past that, then
I
you know,
agree. I think it's every person's responsibility to try their utmost best to maintain a nice landscape. And if you become aware that perhaps you don't smell great down there, I mean, the internet is a wonderful thing. Like, Google it and try all of the things, because there's so many solutions or things to try that you can't just be like, oh, well, I guess that's like something I have to deal with, and like hope that like some guys don't care. Like,
yeah, and I think
also,
that's
by
what
the
it
way,
is.
when it is perfect down there, guys will go down on you so much more and so much better. Like, they put effort into it.
Yeah,
Like,
I
they don't mind
enjoy
being
it.
down there. And so it really works out for you. It's a gift for you, you know? Like, I didn't do all the things that I did down there. Like, you know, the lasers,
Yeah.
reconstructive surgery, like labia removal, like
Oh Lord.
for everyone else. I did it for myself too. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Ultimately, you did it for the guys.
I haven't heard. No, I did it for myself too, because
Why? It ain't like you. What do you?
Because, well, first of all, childbirth was gnarly AF, and I think I deserved to be put back together.
Oh yeah.
And I told you reasons for, you know, the laser hair removal and whatnot. Like, that's also for me. It's just, I like to be fresh, you know? Who wants to, like, think, like, maybe I smell or whatever. Maybe I'm getting, like, too sweaty or whatever, you know? And then the shaving, it's, like, sometimes painful. Like, who wants to deal with that? That was part for me. Now, the added bonus, though, is that I have a magical pussy that I
We got
can
an
use.
expensive
I can
pussy.
use, you know, as my own superpower.
It's expensive. You
It's
spend money
expensive
on
to be
it.
me. But listen, it's hard-earned money, and if that's how I want to spend it, you're welcome,
your
everyone.
thing.
You're welcome, everyone.
Well, you probably haven't. Have you been keeping up with the Sukihana and JT beef? You probably don't even know.
No, you cannot spring certain topics like that on me, knowing fully well I have no idea who those people are.
Well, well,
I mean, I'm happy to, if you want to give me like the cliff notes, you know, I can comment on basically anything. it's not like it's like I'm at a
Sukihana
lack for
and who's a rapper? She's beefing with JT, who is a member of I forgot what the freak that girl. She's a member of a rap group. The other counterpart was, you know, in a relationship with Diddy. But I don't really even know
This is a
understand why they.
roundabout way of staying relevant.
Yeah, well, it's. I mean, it's.
Someone like was just breathing near him the other day, and now they're famous. famous rapper.
Let's just skip that one because it's. I mean.
Yeah, if you have to listen, if you
ridiculous.
have to take that long to explain who the person is, it's not worth my time talking about. Let's just make that a ground rule going forward.
Yeah, I mean.
Unless anyone disagrees.
The City Girls is what. You heard of the City Girls?
Is it a group?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, they're just going at each other. But Sukihana, she's kind of known for, like, rapping about her booty hole being brown and just be very, just a sexual kind of rapper.
Uh-huh.
And then she's trying to make fun of the other girl for, like, being, sexual at the end of the day when she's, like, the most kind of grunge.
Oh, so she's calling the kettle.
Yeah. Throwing rocks in the glass house or whatever.
Right. And... Yeah, I mean,
and Sukihana looks worse than Sexy Red to me. She looks kind of like a trans,
Well, hey, we don't, personally attack people's looks and appearance.
Well, I mean,
However, I can attack, if someone's, displaying the type of like aggressive behavior that I don't enjoy, And so I feel as though for someone that's going to be accusing someone of doing something that they're doing, I automatically just think that you're wrong, like already I don't care what you have to say now because like you sound so silly that there's no need to go on because even if this other girl is doing that and being overly like whatever, it doesn't matter now. I'm already on her side because like who are you to open your mouth? First of all, who are you to judge me anyway? And then if you are going to be the one to like put yourself out there and openly confront me about it, let's at least make sure that you're not doing it as well.
Yeah, you
like, do I need to spell that out for you, honey? Like, I'm so like, your words are meaningless now. So you've lost your power. And lead with kindness.
Do you know about the whole Jonathan Majors situation?
You know what, dude? You set me up for failure here.
You don't know about the Jonathan Majors? He was dating that chick, and reportedly they were, video evidence came out of him basically running from her. I guess he tried to, forcefully put her in the car because she was acting crazy, and then he ran from her. But he was like, he's a black dude. The girl was a white girl. I mean, he was like a big Hollywood star in big movies.
But
basically,
yes.
kind of lost
Sorry,
it all.
I actually do know.
Yeah.
I do know.
But now he's dating Megan Good, and people are trying to warn him, like, because Megan Good's, a Hollywood star, like, she's a black chick, very attractive. So people are trying to warn her, like, yo, why you, with him? When she has a good, brand, she really doesn't have no, hasn't been in no trouble, or, her career has just been, on the upward trajectory. So it's like, why would you attach yourself to?
Because, we do dumb things sometimes when we think that we like somebody. We just talked about this. And also, like, he's probably a narcissist. Not to, like, throw that word around because I know that, like, everyone's throwing it around and it's losing its zhuzh. But, like, let's face it, it still does happen. Like, narcissists have a way of, like, reeling you in and then just, like, fudging you. Like, just, they want so badly to be in control that you will start to second guess yourself. So that could be what's happening.
Like your boy.
Lord above, my boy. Please don't even say that. People may take you seriously. I don't need to be associated with that riffraff. I'm trying to lead with kindness.
Have you seen any of his latest jail interviews?
No, I have not. But I can imagine what they sound and look like.
Yeah.
I've sworn to never do a naughty impression ever again because the one time I did it, it was completely misinterpreted, I had to apologize for. Absolutely not.
Because at the time everybody thought he was this upstanding citizen, and now he's been exposed for being.
It doesn't matter. I learned from my mistakes. I'm not doing it again. Roll the tapes. I'm sure you can find whatever my first impression somewhere if you really want to know.
Do a quick one.
No, I'm not doing it. You're trying to set me up. Listen,
for what?
You can repost the prior clip because it happened, but I'm not doing it again. You're welcome, Naughty. So let's keep the peace, everyone.
You're the only one on Naughty's side.
I'm not on his side. Whoa. Do not put words in my mouth. I am not on his side. Retract. Can we like, that's not fair. That is so not fair. If anybody like takes that and runs with it, that's horrible. Like, I'm not on his side. Just because I think that he's comical doesn't mean that like I'm on his side. I'm just like, if he's going to like put the entertainment out there and like put that persona forward, like, how could we not like comment on it? Kind of like when Chris J thought he was in like a boxing match and that he was doing well and he wasn't.
Oh, so you want to talk about Chris but not him?
No, because I'm not scared of Chris. I will fully admit that I'm scared of Nadi. I have no shame in my game. I have
Why
no problem admitting
Nadi?
that. Because he's scary looking. He's very aggressive with his tone and his mannerisms. Like,
you think he does that for a reason though, to protect? Because have you seen him walk? Like
I have not seen him walk.
He can hardly walk.
I have not seen him walk, but I'm saying the way he is so passionately, and he's definitely he's like this vulgarness about him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna let him be him, because if anyone's gonna make a fool of him, it's going to be himself. So I don't need to do anything. I can just sit here and be on my own and pick on Chris J. Just kidding. I love you, Chris.
Did you see the video of when OTMZ and KP pulled up on him? Because he talks big stuff about OTMZ and KP.
I knew he talked about KP.
They pulled up on him and he didn't do nothing.
I'm sorry, is this breaking news? Do you think I'm surprised that he didn't do anything?
I'm talking about Nadi.
Oh. Nadi didn't like.
He cowered out.
Well, you did just say he couldn't walk. So maybe he's realizing that the extent of his physical capabilities. Now, if only he just checked his mouth, then he might be a normal person someday soon.
Let's go.
Said with love and kindness.
I think I saw somebody's reuniting for like another show. I think it was.
Is it me and TJ the DJ? Because I would love that. I have much love for my girls.
Shout out to TJ. Paris Hilton and what's her name?
Nicole Richie?
Yeah, I think they're reuniting for another show.
Don't tease me.
I'm dead serious. I just saw that on TMZ.
First of all, now we're talking. This is more like my era. Like, I lived in LA when like, and this is going to sound like so, I know what everyone's going to say, but I'm being genuine. Like, I lived there at a time when celebrities, it was like before like a lot of like social media, and like celebrities were more accessible. Like, I actually legitimately like partied and hung out with like Paris Hilton at the club, like when it was like going down, you know what I mean? Like when the clubs were cool in Hollywood. And I mean, like, I remember I did my birthday one year with her like singing, and like, we didn't see them as like the way that we see celebrities now, like these just like untouchable, non-human things. Like, they were people that we partied with, like if we went out to the clubs in LA, you know what I mean? Like,
well, nowadays everybody got their phone out, and so it's not the same. They probably don't go to those kind of clubs anymore. It's more exclusive type of thing.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But like, it was good there. So like when I hear about like that generation of people like coming back, I'm like, yes, can we like please give like modern society a taste of like what was actually fun? Like all this like nonsense now.
That kind of stuff will do good, because there's a lot of companies trying to.
It's only me that really wants it.
Yeah, there's a lot of old shows that they're trying to redo. And
well, like, maybe like, everything comes around again. So like maybe we're like a little bit premature with it, but like hopefully it does happen, and we get like. I mean, I love the Y2K, but I feel like that always gets like some attention. You know what if I could pick, I would bring back like pure 90s everything.
But they try. I mean, MTV did like a whole relaunch like a couple years ago, and then they had all the big celebrities coming on. I think they got the idea from what K-pop is doing. All the main celebrities.
No, but listen.
Well, I mean, just the way they built their set and everything, it looked a lot like
right
K-pop.
Time. But like, isn't like Nelly and Aaliyah engaged now, and she's like having his baby?
Ashanti.
Yeah. Oh shit, sorry. God
Yeah,
bless.
R.I.P.
God bless.
Aaliyah.
God bless. Sorry. Yes, Ashanti. Like it's like they're it's ready. It's time. It's coming back. We're talking about P. Diddy again, and
Not in the best way.
I know, but what I'm
Well, and a lot of those people are getting exposed too.
Did we ever really like think that R. Kelly was like top notch, like top
Yeah,
tier?
he's one of the best, greatest songwriters, singers ever.
No, I know, but like it's not like, I mean, he was very like catchy and trendy at the time, but like, you know, I don't think we really lost a good one there, like to the music community. Okay. Sure. Yes.
R. Kelly was a genius when it came to music. I mean, I Believe I Can Fly.
No, that was good. I don't disagree. I'm just saying, I don't know what I'm saying. Forget it. Let's not argue. I'm not hating. If anything, I gave him credit. I said at least he didn't like, you know, forcibly rape someone. He just like pissed on a couple of girls, whatever he did.
Yeah.
Could have been worse, I guess.
I think it could be way worse.
Everything could always possibly be worse.
How you feel about Drew? You know who Drewski is? He's a comedian.
I don't know. Tell me. Just tell me. I don't know why
He's a comedian. A big dude. He's kind of, you know, been blowing up lately. But he's dating this chick named Ruby Rose, who like.
Why do I know that name?
Ruby Rose.
Mm-hmm.
She's a popular kind of vixen model. Think she rapped a little bit, but she's like super cute. Like everybody wants her. You know what I mean? But she decided to get with Drewski. But people don't know if this is real or if this is a skit.
Oh, just like a publicity like stunt or whatever.
Yeah. Do you think she's just tired of all the like the athletes and all that just, you know, trying to smash her? And Drewski came along, and I'm sure he's like, this is probably the hottest chick he's ever been with, so he's treating her well, probably spending money on her. I see them, you know, vacationing. Mm-hmm. She cooking for him, but the food look horrible. So
okay, I'll say like I think what's definitely a possibility is that she's been there, she's done that, she knows what kind of outward appearance she can get if she wants to, so she is like looking for a personality she vibes with. But I will say, like, to the person that called me a freak in the bedroom apparently, because they weren't wrong, I will say that like as long as you get along with the person and y'all are vibing anyway, so like don't just like do this with anybody. Am I still going?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh,
Come
okay.
back in there. It's just,
all right.
There you go. Yeah, you're back.
Thank you. So what was I saying? You know, I have a horrible memory.
Ruby Rose, Drewski.
No, so I will say, like, when you are in a relationship with someone that maybe is the reacher, you know, in the relationship, outward appearance wise, but you still vibe with them, it actually, like, you can use that to your advantage, because, like, if you vibe with them, you already have some sort of, like, love and attraction to them anyway. Like, it's an emotional thing. And so if, like, the physical thing isn't, like, totally up to par, it just, like, if anything, makes you feel like more confident, like you can like shed more walls like in the bedroom, and you can actually have a lot more fun with it because you're not like worried about like second guessing yourself, or I don't know, you're like willing to like try and do like, more things. I have previously found if we take like kind of like
the looks out of it.
The looks out of it, and just like go on like pure
what
energy.
About the attraction is like, because I can't, you know, I'm just not attracted to big girls, so even if a big girl was like just an amazing, you know, person, like, you know what I mean, like I still couldn't.
Yeah, and I hear you, and I'm sorry for that, because for me,
and there's nothing wrong with big girls. Is absolutely,
no,
you know,
of course not. I know you're not saying that. People are attracted to what they're attracted to, but
it is what it is.
For me, I guess I'm fortunate enough that if we vibe and I like your personality, that actually makes me attracted to you.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that like my perfect relationship, like that's the only leg to stand on, that's going to carry us all the way. But it definitely is a huge component, because no matter how stunning you may look, like at first, you know, first glance or our first meeting, like love at first sight, if your personality is shitty or sucks, like you are going to become like unattractive to me, like very, very quickly. Yeah. You know, so it's like, you know, maybe she really likes him. Can we all like give that, like, if anything, like I'm on their team, let's go love. Like, I think that they make an amazing couple, and like, why not give the underdog a shot, you know?
I mean, I don't think he's the underdog. I mean, he's making good money.
I meant
He's
looks
famous.
wise.
Yeah.
I meant.
There's always some girls out there who are very attractive who gonna date, money and fame over, whatever you look like. You know what I mean?
Oh, well.
There's plenty of prostitutes out here who are attractive.
I wasn't saying that. I was saying maybe she's just looking at his personality. But sure, I guarantee there are gold diggers out there. That's not where my mind went originally.
Yeah.
I hope that we're all past that because there are so many ways to make money, ladies. Again, if you need any advice, I'll let you know. I mean, you don't need to be with a man for money. Come on now, give yourselves a little more credit.
Yeah, but I just think those kind of girls don't want to put in the work because it takes whatever you do. It takes a lot of work to make good money. You are, I forgot the saying, but whatever. But
yeah, that's a lovely point. All I'm saying is that whole gold digger mentality, your whole mindset, your actions, where you put your energy is to just marrying well or marrying someone rich or something. And that's how you're just going to live life. I just wouldn't, have more self-respect. You're not just doing maybe the man a disservice because you may wind up being faithful to him forever, because you want his money so badly. And maybe that's all he needs. You're doing a disservice to yourself. Live a life. It's just a waste.
Yeah.
And also I don't know. You lose integrity with me, I suppose, if you have no desire to make your own living.
Money. Have you been keeping up with the Drake and Kendrick beef? I mean, come on, Elon Musk has been keeping up with it now. I know come on now.
Are you comparing me to Elon Musk?
Well, he's not the type of guy he doesn't even, this isn't his, you're on here doing the show
white
talking
doesn't mean I
no,
drive
you're
a
on here
Tesla
talking
and
about
follow Elon
topics,
Musk.
So he doesn't have, that's not part of his, any of his gigs is to keep up with pop culture. So if he's keeping up with it,
I know. So you're saying that I don't keep up with pop culture, but talk about it. I feel as though it's the topic that I'm commenting on. Who's actually doing this or that? Only sometimes matters, not all the time. Which is why I say throw it out there. And if I feel as though I can comment because we can just stick another person right in that scenario, then I will.
Well, Drake and Kendrick is beefing. They've been rap beefing for.
Yes, you can't just throw anybody into those positions. Those are people where you have to know who they are, and I do know who they are. I'm not that bad.
Who do you think is a better rapper, Drake or Kendrick?
I would definitely say I'm more of a Kendrick fan personally.
Okay.
I don't.
The old Kendrick or the new Kendrick?
I would say either way. I'm going to get so much hate for this, but Drake's. I'm not a huge oh my god, let's put Drake on. I can live without Drake.
Or recently,
don't kill me, everyone, please.
Because people they're saying it maybe have to do with Kendrick, but there was a shooting at Drake's house. His security guard got shot. It happened a couple days ago, and then last night somebody got arrested for trying to break into Drake's house.
Why? What'd he do? Why are
trying
people
to break in his house?
No, what did he do? Why is he getting attacked? Why is he under fire right now? What?
Because he's getting his butt whipped by Kendrick. Kendrick is kind of winning the rap.
Oh, so it's but Kendrick supporters.
Yeah, but Kendrick put his house on his his artwork for his song, so people are saying he's taking it too far by kind of exposing his his address and stuff. So I mean, who knows? But it's just crazy that Drake is getting all this kind of incidents.
Sure. Yes. Again, don't condone violence or aggression. But it kind of reminds me again, the good old days, the 90s, when there were drive-bys and rappers actually freestyled without a whole mixing team and had real rap battles. And again, let's bring back the 90s, I'm so sorry if we disturbed Drake's beauty sleep tonight by
So you enjoy it?
No, I do not condone violence. I'm just saying I'd rather talk about that than anything Alexa has to say. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Totally unrelated topics. But
somebody T1000 said you beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
And then War Ready said you green.
What is that? What does green mean? In color?
Nah.
Oh.
Like you just green means like
Green as a pool table. What does that mean? I'm trying to do the association.
It just mean you're gullible. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know
like,
what? You're not wrong. I am very gullible. I will say. That's why I try to stick to facts as much as possible, because you're not wrong. I am very gullible. I shouldn't be telling everyone that, because now, which is why I try to educate myself and remind myself to stick to the facts. So, but thank you. Yeah. You know me so well already. And wait, your name is it Wet Ready?
It's a War Ready.
Oh, see, I don't have my glasses on. Oh, I was going to say I'm usually pretty ready to go all the time.
Oh my God.
I was going to say, so I identify with your screen name or whatever that's
Wet
called.
Ready.
Maybe that'll be mine.
Crazy. Are you watching any of the WNBA?
I'm sorry, what?
WNBA, because it's like it's getting more attention now than it's ever gotten because of the recent like Caitlin Clark. You know who Caitlin Clark is, Angel Reese. You don't. Oh my God. Well, here's the thing.
Listen, ladies, I'm a big female supporter, and I definitely think that we should have the opportunity.
Hold on, let me break this down. So there's a white girl. Hold on, let me break it down. There's a white girl named Caitlin Clark who is very good. She has a good shot. Like, she's very talented.
Are you gonna pass that, by the way?
Well, I just didn't know if you want to smoke on camera or not.
Should I not?
Yeah, you can smoke. I just didn't know if you know.
I was gonna say, I don't know. Am I gonna get in trouble? No, after all the other things I've done today.
Okay, we got
This is. Okay, go on. What were you saying?
Caitlin Clark, she's a white girl, very talented, and then you have Angel Reese, who's a black chick, very talented. They kind of went viral initially. Why everybody got their attention is that Angel Reese was like beating her, and she kind of did this like because she had a ring, so she's just like just flexing on her or whatever you want to call it in the game. So people were like, ooh, and this happened like a year or 2 years ago. So they kind of became very popular then.
Okay.
So they both get drafted. Caitlin goes number 1, and the other girl goes number 7.
This is again, you're taking too long to
no, but you gotta,
if you have to take this long to explain who they are and what they're doing, how hot of a topic is it?
It's a super hot topic.
Okay.
So, but the whole thing is, like, a lot of kind of white people who kind of maybe have racist, like, not
tendencies,
thoughts? Or thoughts.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're all of a sudden coming out and supporting Caitlin Clark and like, oh yeah, Caitlin, la da la, and like basically she's making the WNBA popular when
So it's becoming popular because like the people fueling it are
because of the
raging, kind of like Trump supporters.
Yeah. They're all supporting Caitlin, even though Caitlin's very good. But she didn't win no championship, versus Angel Reese did win a championship in college. Now they're both in the pros, but the thing is they're in preseason right now, so the
wow, we are actually following the WNBA preseason now.
But here's the big thing:
maybe times have changed.
They aired Caitlin Clark's preseason game, but they didn't air Angel Reese's. So somebody at Angel Reese's game streamed it, and it got like 3 million views. So people are like, that's racist of the WNBA. How you going to air Caitlin Clark game and not Angel Reese when they're both just as talented? If anything, Angel Reese's team is more dominant.
It's probably the network, whatever.
Well, yeah,
whatever network actually plays the WNBA. It's probably their fault. Sorry, I'm just kidding. I support women everywhere, including the WNBA.
So why do you think they aired her game and not the other girls' game when Caitlin Clark, they're losing, Angel Reese, they're dominating?
I'll tell you why. We are doing it right now. We're talking about it. It's a controversy. I'm telling you, it's probably at the network level trying to be more relevant. So what would cause more of a stir? Supporting the talented black woman or throwing the white chick in there and seeing what happens and like seeing the disruption and chaos it may cause? All of a sudden everybody's going to watch that if anything, they're going to watch it to just prove a point that that girl's maybe not as good as the other girl, you know? So, but whatever it is, it's drawing in viewers, it's causing, you know, it's bringing attention to it. So they're putting business before humans, I guess, or right from whatever. They're putting, you know, it was a business decision. I don't think it was a racist decision.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess the tie to racism with it is the fact that it worked, probably, I'm guessing. Like, I'm guessing the viewership probably was higher than normal for that team or whatever. But yeah, so like that's maybe more the problem, is that, you know, they were right by saying, and we're going to do this messed up thing and people will still watch it.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the problem.
And it's just preseason, but because somebody,
and again, I cannot believe we're talking about
somebody this. Streamed, you know, Angel Reese's game and they got, you know, 3 million views. The network did stream, you know, their next game.
Right, but did it get that many views because there's now a controversy brewing?
No, I mean,
or would it have gotten that many views if the channel had a blackout? And,
no,
like,
they got that many views because people wanted to see Angel Reese.
I'm just asking if it would have gotten the same.
Because the game happened before, like, the controversy. You know what I'm saying? I think they played maybe the same night, so that person streamed it.
That's what I'm asking, because that could be a difference too.
So
not that I'm not saying that many people want to watch her. I actually don't know either person. I'm just trying. I'm here. My job here is to expose the truth. Sometimes to weigh in on it. I don't know enough about these women to weigh in personally, but it's my interpretation of the situation. Because you know me, I'm sensitive because it's happened to me. I'm sensitive to people throwing around the racism card. You know, just because something unfair and unsettling is happening, we can't just default to that, because what if that's not the actual real problem? Like, don't we all want to always get to the root of the problem of whatever is causing someone to be create an unsettling environment? Yes, I think we can all agree on that, right? So, like, let's actually find out what it is instead of just throwing a label on it, like, willy-nilly. Like, if it really is a racist decision, let's talk about that. But let's not just, like, hang our hat and be like, it's got to be that. That's got to be that.
Yeah, that's what people are going to initially jump to, especially when it's a
because, like, I guarantee it probably is, like, a business decision of, like, what they're going to air. And, like, now, again.
Well, I mean, she was the number one pick.
We're talking about the WNBA preseason right now.
Which is crazy.
Point proven. Sorry, I'm getting, like, spicy today. Maybe it's so hot in here. Like, literally hot in here. I'm, like, sweating.
Let me see if the thing we got all the time. Let's see if there's anything else.
Wait, did you ever? Oh, never mind.
What?
Nothing. No, never mind. I'm not going to sound stupid, and I'm not going to say it. I feel like we're getting to the point where if I continue to talk, I'm going to say something I'll regret or something stupid. But, you know, that happens a lot, I suppose. Listen, DeReal Pablo, I agree. He should have, like, more prompts, more topics. Why don't you give me one? Like, this isn't, like, I can't do everything here, okay? I'm not Tom Brady. Like, I can't just, like, run the entire show.
It's probably a naughty fan.
Well, then we have a lot to talk about. Then you have a lot more problems, I suppose. I'm sorry that you need someone to act like a psychopath to get your attention and to entertain you. Like, we're actually trying to have real conversations here, not just scream at the camera.
Yeah,
pretending I'm a rapper. But anyway, no, for real though, if we're done talking, I'm out. I love you all.
That's all the topics. Yeah, till next time.
You got your wish, DeReal Pablo. Because I'm DeReal out.
So are you going to go to
DeReal Barbie signing out.
Tom's concert or nah?
Well, after all of this, it's been a little emotionally draining. I'm probably going to have to, like, smoke a blunt, take a couple shots of tequila, and then, yeah, meet me there. I'll go. For sure. Maybe DeReal Pablo wants to go with me. We'll see if you're yawning then. Sorry. I really should go now.
Want to give them your social media?
Yeah. Type it, or what am I supposed to say? Oh, yes. Well, follow me at...
All right, go ahead.
Oh, gee, thank you. Follow me at She's a Good Girl Podcast and at Barbie Quinn Official. I promise I won't make you yawn.
What?
What? What is
having
wrong
two
with that?
IGs is like.
Having 2 IGs? Okay, fine.
If you
Barbie
want people
Quinn
to follow
official.
you, both of them, that's just like that's a big
Oh, is that
ask.
so much work?
That's a
People are
big
on their
ask
phones
of
all the
people.
time. Okay, fine. If you're going to pick one, Barbie Quinn official. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah.
I love you all. No one's going to follow me now. Please do that.